So first of all, what is food allergy? Food allergy occurs when the immune system reacts abnormally to a certain food. Food allergy can develop when the immune system is against illness, and it occurs when they wrongly perceive the protein in the food as a danger. Due to this situation, multiple chemicals are released, and it can cause allergic reaction symptoms. Actually, any food can trigger an allergy reaction, but there are a few particular foods that contribute for the majority of food allergy. For example, eggs, milk, peanut, and shellfish. So moving on to milk allergy. Milk is one of the popular food product allergens. People who are intolerant of cow milk may also be allergic to milk from other animals such as sheep and goats. Based on the public website 2019, milk allergies are the frequent in children, and between 2 to 3% of children under the age of 3 are allergic to milk. When an individual develops a milk allergy, the immune system, which generally fight infections, overreacts to milk proteins. The immune system responds by working extremely hard to combat the invader, and this result is due to allergic reaction. The allergic reaction of milk is typically arise immediately after the individual consumes the milk. Did you know an authentic milk allergy is different from milk protein intolerance and lactose intolerance? In contrast to milk allergies, intolerance does not involve the immune system. This is due to the fact that a milk intolerance requires a different treatment than the real milk allergy. So how it can happen? First, the body recognizes particular milk protein as dangerous and triggering the production of immunoglobulin E or IgE antibodies to neutralize the protein or allergen. When a person with a milk allergy comes into the correspondence with this protein again, the IgE antibody recognize them and send a signal to immune system. This will lead a histamine and other chemical to be released. This scenario is resulting in a variety of allergy signs and symptoms. There are two main proteins that found in cow's milk that can cause allergy reaction, which is casein and whey. Casein is a protein present in the solid component of milk that also known as cud when it is cudless. But whey is located in the liquid part of milk but remain after the milk cudless. The individual may be allergic to either one or both milk proteins. So what are the symptoms for milk allergy? When the body releases molecules like histamine to react with protein like casein and whey, a few symptoms will develop. For example, itching or tingling around lips or mouth, wheezing, hair, swelling of the lip, tongue, or even vomiting. There are several signs and symptoms that may take longer time to show up, like loose stool, diarrhea with blood, abdominal pains, running nose, watery eyes, and colic in babies. Milk allergy can also result in anaphylaxis reaction, which is a potentially fatal reaction that can narrow the airways and causes the person who is affected to stop breathing. So, anaphylaxis is a medical emergency that requires treatment with an epinephrine injection as well as further treatment in emergency room. Remember, anyone who develops an allergy reaction to milk need to consult the doctor as soon as possible, regardless how mild the reaction is, and undergo an allergic test. It is to discover the type of food that person is allergic to and allowing the individual to avoid the food in the future and prevent the reaction from worsening. So how to identify the allergy? First is using a skin prick test. In order to identify the milk allergy, a small amount of milk protein is applied to the patient's forearm or back. Then, make a small scratch or prick on the skin and monitor for any reddish, dry patches. The next one is blood test. It will be conducted to determine the amount of immunoglobulin E antibodies produced by the immune system in reaction to a suspected allergen. This approach is suitable for all ages, including infant, children, and adults. The next one is component test, which is a type of blood test that determines if any individual can tolerate certain component of suspected allergen. This type of test gives clinicians more insight and pinpoint specific component that may be less dangerous. For example, this component test can detect whether a newborn is allergic to milk in one form but can safely tolerate in another form of milk. And the last one is oral food challenge test will be used as other alternative, as this test is known as gold standard in food allergy testing. During this test, the person or children will consume small amount of milk, for example, an increasing amount over 3 to 4 hours time period, while the medical professional monitor the development of symptoms. The most frequent technique to treat any food allergy, including milk allergy, is to completely eliminate the food from the diet. Since this type of condition is frequent among children, a milk-free diet may be recommended, as well as additional supplement to replace calcium and nutrient content in milk such as vitamin D and riboflavin. Breastfeeding is one of the ways can be used to treat and manage milk allergy among infants and children. Provide hypoallergenic formulas that have been hydrolyzed by an enzyme to break down the milk protein. Lastly, medications such as antihistamine may be used in the acute treatment of the person with a milk allergy. This medication may lessen the severity of the mild allergy reaction. In conclusion, milk allergy is one of the most common food allergies, especially among children. It is difficult to determine the exact prevalence of cow's milk allergy in these situations. Remember, it is critical to distinguish between milk allergy and milk intolerance. The patient needs to be more cautious, as this type of allergy can cause anaphylaxis, which is a life-threatening reaction. Remember to always be more prepared, especially for parents who have children with milk allergies. The parents have to always be alert and responsive to any symptoms or changes that develop on their children's body. So Q&A time! The first question, what is the protein that found in the milk that can cause milk allergy?
So, the answer for the question could be casein or whey.
The second one, what is the treatment or management for milk allergy patient?
There are 5 answers for this question. The first one is eliminate from diet. Second, milk-free diet plus supplementation. Then breastfeeding, medication, and the last one, provide hypoallergenic formula. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.